Three great mountains gathered together, each eager to flaunt its wealth. The first mountain opened its massive mouth, and a gush of oil burst forth. With a smug grin, he dipped his finger into the oil, and carefully painted a small mustache across his face. The second mountain, unwilling to be outdone, immediately performed a grand display. He opened his mouth and spat out a stream of glittering gold. Then, he reached into his belly and pulled out a solid gold crown. With his mouth full of golden teeth, he looked every bit like a mountain tycoon. The small mountain nearby was stunned. Finally, it was the third mountain's turn to show off. He opened his mouth wide and unleashed a massive burst of fire. Curious, the oil mountain and the gold mountain leaned in for a closer look, only to have their faces scorched black by the flames. After watching their performances, the little mountain was in awe. He clapped excitedly, like a starstruck fan. The three big mountains then noticed him and grew curious. "What's in your belly?" they asked. The little mountain rummaged around and finally pulled out a strange object. It was a rough, unfamiliar stone. The three giants had never seen anything like it, but after examining it for a while, they confidently declared it worthless. Then, they burst into loud laughter, mocking the little mountain until they were tired, and tossed the stone back to him. Feeling humiliated, the little mountain grew ashamed. He flung the stone away in frustration. With their show of wealth complete, the three big mountains turned to play once more. They reached up and pulled clouds from the sky, piecing them together into one massive storm cloud. Heavy rain poured down, soaking only the little mountain. Though he felt wronged, the little mountain dared not resist. He could only endure their bullying in silence. Eventually, the three big mountains grew tired and went to sleep. But the little mountain remained alone in the rain. He dreamed of one day surpassing them, of becoming greater and taking their riches for himself. But dreams were just dreams. Reality was harsh. He picked up the discarded stone once again. Perhaps this strange little thing was his only true companion. By morning, the rain had stopped. The little mountain woke up to a strange sensation in his belly. When he touched it, he discovered that vines had begun to grow from within. Startled, he quickly shut his mouth and looked toward the big mountains. To his surprise, all three were staring upward. Just then, a cascade of stones came crashing down, burying the giants beneath. But they weren't ordinary stones. They were the seeds of a great tree that had been nourished by the rain. The tree had grown wildly, reaching into the clouds, and the little mountain had become a towering giant himself. So no matter who you are, never look down on yourself. Instead of envying others, learn to appreciate your own worth.